I'm James Alexander. I'm with HostBridge Technology. I'm the Director of Technical Services, providing customer support, sales engineer support, as well as doing proof of concepts on site. Most of our customers are looking to integrate with the host in various manners. They want to be able to have an application from the outside world be able to communicate to the host in a standards-based way. We provide that level of integration to anything inside of CICS to the outside world. This customer has a workforce that is primarily operating on a web application, Salesforce, and their on-the-phone salespersons would interact with the customer and enter their information into Salesforce and actually place orders through Salesforce. The problem was, to fulfill that order, they had to log on to a 3270 application running on a mainframe to be able to complete the process, to be able to do order fulfillment and billing. They wanted to find a way that they could do the entire process without having to train their individuals how to use a 3270 terminal, how to use a host-based application. So they wanted to be able to complete the entire process by simply interacting with Salesforce. That was the process they wanted to be able to do. They searched for a solution for a long time, in fact, 6 months, and they actually didn't find one. They brought some various vendors in-house to look at various solutions, but most of the solutions involved making changes to their applications on the host, and that was really a no-no. If they have to make changes to the applications on the host, it obviously raises the cost dramatically, but it also raises the risk. Anytime you have to change your existing applications, raises the risk of the environment. So they were looking for a solution where they didn't have to make any changes on the host, keep their risk down, keep their costs down, and they weren't able to find one until they got to us. The process of using HostBridge is really very straightforward. And I did this as part of a proof of concept. The proof of concept was only 4 days long. And actually the integration that I did for this particular project was 1 day. The process involves us sitting down with an experienced person that knows how to run the application, that knows how to interact with the existing application on the host. And having them walk through the processes that are required to be able to do this order fulfillment. We do success scenarios and error scenarios, failure scenarios, until we've got a good picture of everything that can go right and everything can go wrong. We record that process as part of our application development environment. And then that person, that expert, can go back to their desk and do their job. And I've got a complete record of everything that I need to be able to code into the web service. So I coded the entire process in, put error conditions in, error checking into the process. And at the end of that, I had a callable web service, standards-based, with all the security in place that you would expect to be in any web service, that they could then invoke directly from Salesforce. Well, that's the great thing about HostBridge. HostBridge doesn't force you into a box to only play a certain way. We allow the customer to decide what the API should look like that is going to be used on this web service, what that API looks like to the calling entity, Salesforce in this case. So we can customize, or the customer can customize, the API to look like whatever they need, whether it be a JSON service or XML RPC or SOAP. We're agnostic when it comes to what the API looks like. It's really up to the customer and their needs to determine what it is. So it was easy for us to conform to something that Salesforce could easily consume. Well, anybody that's trying to make or trying to integrate with the host, whether it's from Salesforce or anything else, HostBridge provides a very easy, low-risk solution for them to be able to talk to the host, call any program, any 3270 screen, make no changes to the applications on the host, and yet provide full-featured integration to the outside world. For people like Salesforce, it's a very easy integration from their side. Calling the HostBridge API is absolutely as easy as it gets from the Salesforce perspective. And being able to do the integration to write the web service on the host side, it took me 1 day. Now I'm good. I'm good at what I do, so it took me a day. If the customer's doing it, it might have taken them 2 or 3 days to do that integration. But still, if you look at what it cost and the time involved in trying to modify an application, redeploy on the host, many of those projects are either months or quarters to be able to implement that sort of thing. HostBridge is an easy choice when it comes to doing integration because we're low cost, we're easy to use. And I'm able to take anybody that's a programmer in less than a week's time Show them how to become a web service creator and be productive at it.